Now, these notes look very long, but this is not a very difficult topic. Dividing polynomials is not all that bad. So, the first thing we're going to do is divide a polynomial, which just has more than one term, by a monomial. So we're going to divide 15x squared minus 30x by 10x. So all we're doing is dividing each term in the first expression by the monomial. So what we're going to do is we're going to write it as fractions. 15x squared over 10x minus 30x over 10x. And then you just divide this. So the first fraction simplifies down to 15 over 10 becomes 3 over 2, and the x squared, and the x just gives you an x in the top. 30 over 10 reduces to 3, and the x's cancel, so this would just be your answer. You write it as separate terms of fractions. Do not write it as one big fraction. Okay, they're their own separate little mini problems. So let's try the first example. I'm going to divide everybody here by a negative 2m. Negative 2m, negative 2m. So the first one becomes negative 2m squared. Negative and negative make a plus 6m. Positive and negative make negative 7 over 2, and the m's cancel. So that big long thing is my answer there. Alright, last one here, I'm going to divide by 6p squared. 6p squared. First one, the 6's cancel, and p to the third divided by p squared is just a p. And 14 over 6 reduces to 7/3. Now I have p to the first and p squared. I have more of the p's on the bottom, so I'm left with 1p in the denominator. Make it very clear that that p is in the bottom. Okay? If you leave it like this, that p could be out to the side. I don't know what that p is doing. So make it very clear that he belongs underneath the fraction bar. Alright, now here comes the weird stuff. Not that bad. We're going to revisit how to do long division. I know, these steps look crazy. But if we remember how to do long division with numbers, it'll just revisit how to do it. It'll make it easier to do with variables. Now you don't have to write all these steps down here, but I'll talk you through them. So when you're doing long division, remember you do your little box here. The first number goes inside, and the second number goes outside. Now I see how many times the outside number goes into the first number. So 3 goes into 7 twice. Now I do 2 times 3, and that gives me 6. Remember, you always multiply whatever I put on top and multiply by what's in front, and then you subtract. Then you bring down your next term. Now I do it again. 3 goes into 16 5 times. So 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract. Make it a 1. Bring down my next term. 3 goes into 15 5 times, which is 15. But I have one more term to bring down. 3 goes into 3 once. 1 times 3 is 3. And I'm done. So my answer is 2551. Okay, now, if you get a remainder, okay, you're going to write your remainder as a fraction. Alright, so that, I don't remember if it happens in this example I gave you, but let's try this with polynomials now. Now that we've revisited how to do long division without a calculator, now we're going to apply it. So here we go. Alright, I'm going to need a little bit more room here. So, alright, here, I'll do this. Okay, what just happened? Where did you go? Let's come back here. Okay, there we go. Alright. Give myself a little room here. So what am I doing? Alright, here we go. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to set up our long division. These are the same directions. But now we're just doing it with letters here, so it gets a little dicey. Okay, so, catch up with me, screen. There we go. Okay. So now let's set it up. Inside the house goes 3x squared plus 7x plus 4. And on the outside of the house goes x plus 1. Now, I'm going to put him in parentheses. But I am still going to look at just the first term. So x and 3x squared. What do I have to multiply x by to get 3x squared? Well, I have to multiply it by 3, and I need another x. So now I'm going to take that 3x, and I'm going to distribute it here. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 1 is positive 3x. Remember, with long division, whatever you write down here, you're going to subtract. So I'm going to change, because I'm subtracting both of these. 3x squareds cancel, and 7 minus 3x is 4x. Bring down my next term, which is a plus 4. Now I'm done with this. Now x into 4x, I have to multiply it by a positive 4. So put a positive 4 out in front. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract, subtract, and I get 0. So 3x plus 4 is my answer. That wasn't too painful. So let's try 2 more examples. See what happens. Okay, let's bring this down so we can get another page and just have some more space to work. Okay, so here we go. Oh, whoops. Okay, so inside the house, 6x squared plus 11x minus 10. Outside, 2x plus 5. Put him in parentheses so I remember to distribute. Now, notice I have x squared, x, and then no x's. If you're missing any terms, you need to put a 0 in its placeholder. I didn't give you any of those examples, but if it happens, then we need to do that. Actually, I'm going to change this last guy to be a power of 3. That'll really mess things up. Okay, so first term to first term, 2x to 6x squared. I need to multiply by 3x. Distribute, distribute. 6x squared and 15x. Subtract, subtract. That goes away. 11 minus 15 is negative 4x. Bring down my next term, minus 10. Done with that guy. 2x to negative 4x, I have to multiply by negative 2. Put negative 2 through to both of these, and I get negative 4x minus 10. Now, I'm subtracting both. So subtract the negative really just means adding, and I get a big fat 0. So 3x minus 2 is my answer. Okay, now let's try one that's harder, that has a power missing. So, 8m to the third. Now, after m to the third should come an m squared, which I don't have, so I'm going to put a 0m squared in its place. Minus 5m plus 2. Okay, m minus 2 on the outside. The reason I have to put the 0 in is because once I go to line up my terms underneath, things won't match up with the right powers, and it'll just get not very pretty. So, m to 8m to the third. I need 8m squared. Sorry, that's 2 squared. Okay. Put it out front. Distribute, distribute. 8m to the third minus 16m squared. Subtract, subtract. That goes away. Minus a negative is really plus plus. 16m squared. Bring down my minus 5m. Done with that. M to 16m squared, I need a 16m. So 16m goes here, distribute, distribute. I get 16m squared minus 32m. Subtract, subtract, so change, change. Is that 27m? bring down my plus 2. M to 27m, I need a positive 27. So 27m minus 54, subtract, subtract. That gives me 56 as my remainder. Now, any remainders I'm going to put as plus 56 over, what did I divide by? Well, I divided by m minus 2. So when you get a remainder, you just add that little fraction on to the end of your answer. That's a 27. Okay. And there you have dividing. Not that bad, but not that great.